Hello, I'm Mike Gillis with McKenzie Taxidermy Supply, and today we want to take a few minutes and take you step by step through the process of creating a beautiful turkey, fan, and beard combination mount. The first thing we want to do is remove the beard. Get that out of the way. It's really quite simple. We're going to locate the beard. We're going to come right down into the front, pinch it up, take your scalpel and cut it right off. We're going to come in here and flesh out just a little bit of the meat. And for now we'll set that aside. We'll come back a little later and put some preservative on it when we're preserving the tail as well. Now, a little bit more to getting the tail off. Let me see if we can turn this thing so that you can see. We want to identify the ball of the tail. And it's easy enough to come down to and feel right here on either side, and it's quite easy to determine where the joint is. Now, once you've identified it, back up an inch or so on this back skin to get you some extra skin and extra feathers. We'll trim a lot of these off a little later, but you want to be sure that you've got enough when you're starting. We simply cut through. And as I'm cutting, I'm pulling this skin down. I'm feeling with this finger right here to where the ball of the tail is. Continuing to work the skin down towards it. The skin is quite thin here, so move slowly and carefully. Try not to cut holes in the skin if you can help it. Again, I'm locating where that ball of the tail is. Now, let's see if you can see. Right here's the end of the tail. We're going to cut right through. The spine. Working our skin on around. This is our underneath skin now. Right here. We're cutting back up before we free that skin loose. Now we've separated our turkey tail. We want to finish skinning, and I simply work this skin down. Step one is just turning this skin down to the end of the ball of the tail where the quills actually go through to the outer part of the feathers. We're just about there. Now, I'm going to start removing the meat from the quills, and you'll be able to feel your blade sliding right along. And right in here is the bone. You're sort of cutting against it. Once we've got the top, we're going to roll over and do the same thing at the bottom. You can see the fat beginning to be exposed. You're feeling the bone right here. That's the center. We're going to come back over and work down towards the center from each side. Now, if you carefully feel right around this edge, you'll free that bone up. You should be able to, once you've gotten it freed up, pop it right out, leaving nothing but the quills. There we go. The bone comes out nice and clean. And we have nothing left now but the quills. See right here we have a dry spot. I'm not sure if this was an injury, but while this thing has been in the freezer, it's gotten a little bit dry here, so you can just spray a little bit of water on it. Now that we've got the bone out of the way, we're going to come in here and start to trim as much of this fat off as we can. If you leave this fat in, as time goes by, even though you've bonded all of this together and you've got a nice solid tail, if you leave this fat in, as time goes by, it will liquefy and turn into just an oil. And once it becomes a liquid, it can migrate around, and depending on how good a job you've done, it could actually come to the surface. You could actually have a little bit of an odor problem. So you want to get all that out. Now I'm separating each individual quill. Just take my scalpel, run right down in between them. So that each quill is separated. Do the same thing on this side. Okay, now we've got all of our quills isolated and separated. We've got most of the meat out.